Hello everyone. If you logged into League of Legends today, you realize there's a new patch. It's patch 3.11. There's a few decent sized changes, a lot of small changes. I'm not going to go over all of them, partially because I'm probably not a reliable source on some, and partially because there's a lot of stuff. So stuff I do want to talk about, I did my research and made sure I understood exactly how the patch works, or as best I can. I may still be wrong. So there's a few parts I want to cover. I'm just going to go through them as we go. So there's three champions that had major things done to them, all affecting their ultimates. So, well, actually, Draven's not his ultimate, but the other two are their ultimates. So Draven's passive, where you get gold on kills from your stacks, it now rewards 50 gold. So if you get a double kill, you would get 50 gold if it was at 0. Now this is important because before it would only ever take half your stacks and give you gold for those. Now it takes all your stacks. So it's important that if you get a kill, your second kill right away, you're not going to get any money for it. But now you get an automatic 50 bonus gold. Um, so they were basically looking to make Draven a little bit beefier to level up, a little bit faster. And that's why it gives you all your adoration stacks upon a kill. So that's an interesting change. I don't play Draven as of yet, but I've played against him a lot. So it'll be an interesting change because I think he'll get a little bit tankier, a little bit faster. And then we have Fiora. So Fiora's ultimate doesn't or did not currently lock onto invisible, cloaked, or so if you're in the bushes, the ult wouldn't hit you. If they didn't have vision, if you're invisible, it wouldn't hit you. If you're invulnerable, say you're Fizz or you have Kale's ult on you, it wouldn't lock onto you, and that would screw it up. And so they changed it so it'll still lock onto you. Say Kale ults you, and then Fiora's ult tries to go through you. It will, but it won't do any damage. So it allows it to just do a little bit more overall, but not necessarily damaging that person. However, if you're in the bushes and it hits you, you're screwed. Because it's going to hit you. Because now, once she's in the bushes, she has vision. Whereas she may not have before. So it could be really interesting to play it like that because bush diving is something a lot of people do. And this could make it a little more interesting because Fiora tends to end up being a carry. This last champ, honestly, I've never played against. Galio. He did just end up in the free champion rotation, which is probably a reflection of the fact that he's in this patch. They wanted people to try him out, so they put him in the free champ selection. They've reduced his ultimate down to a set cost of 100 mana, and the cooldown goes from 150 to 120 as opposed to 170 to 130. So that should be really helpful for people that play him, and I look forward to giving him a chance this week as now he's on the free champion rotation. Some of these other ones are just kind of minor bugs or basically bugs that shouldn't be happening or just things that make things simpler. Mordekaiser is just simpler. Singed and Thresh had bugs that didn't really make sense. Singed was doing more damage with Fling than the gamer playing him thought he was supposed to. And Thresh was chaining spells, but he shouldn't have been able to because if they block the hook, he shouldn't be able to follow up with a Death Leap. So they fixed that as well. We're not going to talk about Zac's because it's basically just his ultimate did get a big change, a bunch of little big changes. I don't know how to word that, but it basically just affects how you're going to kill him. I suggest you read it, but there's a lot of crap. I don't really want to try to get into that. So let's see. We also get into some map changes. Probably the main part from this is anybody that has a ward or any kind of spell that grants vision, it's mostly been reduced. Because on maps like Crystal Scar and Twisted Treeline, it's unfair, right? That Italy can have vision when there's no wards on the map. So it's made it a little bit better because before, if a team had a Teemo or an Italy, they could lock things down. And so they've both been nerfed just on those maps. And all of these champs got minor changes. Nothing that I thought was too big. I mean, read them just in case. If you play them, it might be a big deal for you. Now, the next biggest deal is that you can return items at the shop for full price. So if you're playing an AP champ and you buy an AD item by accident, you can now sell it. The only thing is, once it's been used, you cannot sell it back. You can, but you can't get a full refund. You would get the standard 70%. And being used, I'll just read it here. It says, purchases can't be reversed if those items have had an irreversible effect on the game, i.e. dealing damage, mitigating damage, healing, providing a bonus that is used by a teammate. So that makes some items right off the bat, you can't sell them back because they immediately give all your team bonuses. So it's nice because that way if you make a mistake, you can sell it back, but you can't buy things, use them, and then sell them back. So as soon as you used it for anything, it's done. You can't sell it back for a full refund. You'd have to sell it back like you normally would at this point. The last big change is the spectator mode. If any of you guys use this, I use it a little bit, but it allows you to see a team fight much more clearly. It doesn't just follow random champions around, and there's a team fight, so your screen kind of stays there. It's hopping all over. That kind of thing. But you can now pop up your teamfight UI, which shows both teams' full health, how many people have died, who's close to multi-kill of any kind, and just how the fight's going in general. Who's winning and who's losing. Just kind of a quick reference guide as you're looking at it. So that's going to be really nice instead of just kind of seeing that, oh, 3 of them have died. But if you're not looking really closely, you haven't noticed that 2 more are about to die. But this is going to give you a little bit more of a heads up on that kind of stuff. And again, the rest of this is a lot of bugs fixed, like the auto attack. You no longer see a missile flying at your face, like an arrow or what have you. That has been canceled, and it doesn't do damage to you. So you panic and you get out of the way because that's what a good player would do, and you find out it was a dud, or you never realized it was a dud, and it cost you some kind of benefit in the game because you've now walked away from killing a minion or getting a kill on a champion. And then the last minor change is custom games. You now need at least 1 full team worth of people to get IP and XP from it, and it has to last at least 7 minutes. So you can no longer play Summoner's Rift with 4 people and get IP and experience. You would need to have 5. They can be on opposite teams, but you have to have at least 5. So half the players would have to be real people to get IP and XP. So that's an interesting change. I hope you guys like this. Questions, comments, rude remarks, go ahead, throw them down there. And yeah, I'm going to try to play some Galio tonight, maybe, to try that ult out, maybe some Draven as well. And play safe, and I'll see you guys later.